Welcome! Today we're talking about self-esteem and how low self-esteem can really be something that you can trip over. It happens to a lot of us. It happens at very inopportune times. And for some of us, it happens all the time and runs in the background. And I've heard it said before, you probably have too, that what about that narcissist? Boy, he or she got self-esteem in spades. Well, unfortunately, that's not always the case. Narcissists are just really, really good at covering it up. But most of us have to deal with self-esteem. We're building it, we want to maintain it, we want to improve it. And a lot of times, especially in childhood, self-esteem takes a hit. And all throughout life, self-esteem can be taking a hit from one thing or another, particularly if you're an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs, even the best of us, are not immune to having our self-esteem go down the tubes for just a little while. It happens in all kinds of ways that we don't even think about. Sometimes those ways come from family issues that we bring into work. Other times they happen while we're on the job. Maybe we're getting ready for a product launch and our competitor beats us out the door and grabs the market share, so to speak, before we can really roll out our product. And that is really super disappointing. And we might want to beat ourselves up and say, oh my God, I really should have played less and should have paid attention to work more, because if I had, then I wouldn't be dealing with this issue right now. So we can beat ourselves up. Those of you who are beating yourselves up in one way or another, just know that it only serves to help you out one time, not multiple times. One time enough to get your attention. But what do most of us do? Well, we beat ourselves up routinely for something, usually an unwanted habit that we can't stop or something that we don't like about ourselves. And we find ourselves thinking, if I could only stop this, my life would be so much better. So what do? We keep on beating ourselves up, which is really taking a huge hammer and pounding that nail into the ground until we feel about this big. And then we realize, oh man, I feel really, really crappy about myself. And now I feel guilty, and my self-esteem took a hit. Now I feel guilty on top of that. So I've got a real mess going on. And we don't want that to happen. A lot of times, self-esteem comes from childhood events, things that we don't even recall. Maybe it was the bully. Maybe it was the teacher who gave us a B instead of an A. Maybe it was the band instructor who said, hey, you over there playing the baritone, you're flat, knock it off. Maybe it was just how somebody said something rather than what they said. Whatever it is, all of our self-esteem can take a dent. And we want to be able to iron out that dent, because that's when we're really feeling our best. We don't want to be arrogant. We just want to be feeling good. We want to carry that energy forward. And with self-esteem that's in the gutter, boy, that can really cause you to take a chunk out of yourself, whether it means you got to take a few days off of work, or you got to cancel clients, or you don't want to get out the door at all, or you just want to sulk in your home cave, or whatever it is going to be. When your self-esteem takes a divot like that, it takes a really specific kind of technique to bring it back online. First of all, you want to know why it happened the way it did, and because you can certainly see the effects of it, but you want to be able to iron out those effects and move forward without getting stuck in the muck. And so if you're interested in making sure that you want to boost your self-esteem because you want to be your best, you want to feel your best, and you want to do a good job, particularly if you're an entrepreneur, I'd love to be able to help you and show you how your self-esteem could be damaging to yourself and to your environment without your even being aware of it. So let's get together and knock out this pattern, iron it out, neutralize it as I call it, and then we'll eliminate it. So we'll first neutralize it, then we'll eliminate it, and we'll rewire it so that your life is going along and you can take the feedback that you need to take and not get too bent out of shape about it, and then get back on the road really quickly. Entrepreneurs, you need to be able to do this and keep that money coming in. Everybody else, you'd like to be able to do it because that just feels good and you want to feel good. So I'm here to help. I'd love to be able to share my expertise with you. Come and visit me. I offer free 30-minute consultations, and I'd love to talk to you about this and iron out a plan.